Welcome back, guys. We're continuing on with these Mechabellum 1v1 replays, and we have a unique game up next. It's not a strategy that you see very often, so I wouldn't say that it's particularly a great strategy to copy, but it was still a fun battle and unique, so I'm going to show it anyway. So I've got a Fang Phoenix start with quick supply. He's got speed specialist with sledge sniper start. So I'm just going for a Fang defense line just to delay them from reaching the towers. They're not going to do any damage, unfortunately. Just a meat shield or a metal shield. So I need something to deal damage. So I decide to bring in some Stormcallers. And because I was supply specialist, I was able to bring in some more Fangs. So we managed to win the round thanks to the Stormies. So he's going for missile strike. I've gone for subsidized Stormies because I intended on bringing some more in with me, so I may as well save a little bit of supply on them. Not really sure whether it's worth saving supply rather than going for an ability, but abilities can be blocked by shields where saving supply is guaranteed. So it's a bit of a toss-up between which is the best. I decided to bring in a sniper. I'm not really sure whether that was a good idea or not. I don't really need snipers, I've got phoenixes, but I clearly didn't want to spend it on anything else. And this is where the fun begins. They are going for an epic crawler flank. So they're obviously thinking if they can take the tower out, that'll win them the round. But it's done a good job for them, just distracting my units. They didn't quite manage to take the tower though. And the Stormies have done a fairly decent job at reducing the health. And they've almost taken the tower out. Oh, that was a lucky Phoenix shot, that was. Just in the nick of time. Milliseconds away from losing that round. But now that we've taken the sniper out, we can't lose. So he skips. What do I do? Incendiary bomb. Interesting. What am I going to use it on? I could just use it here to kill these crawlers if I wanted. But I decide to use it on their back line to try and deal with the snipers and the sledges, obviously. And he's gone for underground attack. He's bringing in more crawlers. He has now got a massive crawler offensive going on. So this is going to be very, very difficult to deal with. I didn't want to hard commit to a Vulcan quite yet, because I didn't know if this was just going to be a bluff or a distraction rather than an actual full-on crawler main. So I'm bringing in Mustangs to deal with the crawlers, but it's not going to be enough to actually deal with them, especially now that he's brought in more and he's gone for the underground blitz. But it will pin them in place while the Stormies do the job. So although they themselves are not going to survive, the Mustangs, we are able to Stormy them to death. So his gambit failed, my ability managed to protect our units, give us a chance to win the round. And he's going for parasitic ammo because he needs more crawlers, clearly. What do I go for? So it took me a while to decide, but I decided to try and use the Fangs against the Crawlers. Now, Crawlers beat Fangs in a one-on-one situation, but because he's gone for the Underground Blitz, I didn't want him to be able to take advantage of that ability, so my plan was, if I can just put a unit of Fangs in front of each one, that's basically nullified his ability. I've gone for the shields on the Fangs to basically keep them alive longer from the front line, and because I'm pinning them in place, you're pretty much guaranteed that all the Stormcaller shots are going to hit. So although obviously Fangs are not particularly the thing that you want to be using to defeat crawlers, they do actually do a decent job at pinning them in place while your other units deal with them. And we are alive, and we are winning the round. So it worked out quite well. He's not got much health left, so there's a chance we could win in a single round. So he's gone for orbital bombardment, so this is going to hurt. He's got his missile strike ready as well to use this round, so it's highly unlikely we'll win this round with him using two abilities. And he's gone for the mechanical rage on the crawlers. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not. I think going for replicate would probably have served him better. So I'm not sure what I've done this round. I don't really think I've done anything quite yet. I'm just trying to weigh up my options. So what do I decide to do? I've leveled up these phoenixes, and I've still got a load of supply to spend. So I decided to go for range on the phoenixes and bring in a couple more of them. So I'm going for a counter snipe on the towers. So I'm going to be putting these in the backs. He hasn't got any Mustang cover at the moment, so I can quite easily go for a counter snipe of my own. So let's see how the flanks survive. Yep, everything looks like it's doing okay. We're holding. Oh, the mechanical rage has actually helped quite significantly, but the counter snipe worked. We've taken out the towers, we're taking out most of their snipers. They've still got one of them left though, and they're about to take one of my towers out. So basically we need to deal with their sniper. If we can kill their sniper, they can't win. And the sniper goes down. Our tower's going down though, but they can't win now. We've only got aerial units left. And we win the round, but he has survived on 80 hit points. So can we finish it off in this next turn? So he's got for range specialist, which, seeing as he's going for a crawler main, it's not going to benefit half of his army. He's bringing in the Mustangs to deal with the Phoenixes, which was a pretty obvious choice. So I was considering going for quantum reassembly on the Phoenix because it was pretty obvious that he was going to bring in Mustangs. But I decided to try and finish the game early. So we're going for triple Vulcans. So one to deal with these pair, and one to deal with these three. Burning some emergency supply so we can bring one over here just in case he brings in more crawlers here. And I've got a little bit of cash left over. So just to seal the deal, I'm going to pop a rocket down to deal with the sledgehammer. Do I have enough to pop a rocket over here? I do, but I think... Oh yeah, I have decided to do it. So it did manage to hit one sledge. So he's focused a lot of his points on protecting from a Phoenix flank. So I'm not really sure what he spent the rest of his cash on. Probably just these units here. But he's simply not got enough DPS to deal with 3 giants. He spent far too much cash on crawlers. Crawlers are nice and everything, but they're not going to change a battle if you try and use them offensively. And that is it. So a little bit of a different one. I try to mix up the videos so we're not just showing the same carbon copy strategies every single video. Yeah, not much else left to say for that one. So I hope you enjoyed it. Cheers for watching, take care, and I shall see you in the next one.